Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have a special video to celebrate my 20 subscribers that I got in like a day. Um, and I'm going to be doing a review of my Lego Daily Bugle, which is definitely probably the magnum opus of my collection. It is the greatest set that I've got in my collection. It's actually a combination of several sets, but we'll get into that later. So right now, what you're looking at is, along with various posters and the Darth Vader's castle and stuff, is the entirety of my custom Daily Bugle. This is the base Daily Bugle plus a bunch of extra stuff that I've added. You can see extra characters and extra vehicles and stuff. It's just so many references, and I'm super excited to get into it. I'm probably going to have a multiple part series about how I made my custom Daily Bugle, but this is going to be straight up my review of just the normal Daily Bugle without all my custom stuff. So, well, actually, I've got one more thing I want to show you. So I had to take all my other stuff down off of the shelf that I display it on so that I could fully get in and do a review of it. So, without further ado, I'm going to take everything off of this set and then we'll get into the review. So with all my custom stuff taken off, you can get a good look at what the set is fully. This is what you get when you pay for the $300 price. You get this, which is insane. It's just a great set. But you can see here now basically fully what you're getting without any extra stuff added to it. Obviously, this isn't going to be completely everything because I've got some characters that are like inside of windows and stuff. But for the most part, this is what you're getting. This will be using the standard category system that I use. However, this video will probably be the longest one yet because this is just such a massive thing that I have to go over every little detail of. And then I might even go over my custom stuff. We'll see. I think I said before, but I'm thinking about doing a series on how I got all my custom stuff for it and such. Well, let me know if you want to see a series on that. Probably wouldn't be more than like 2 or 3 videos. But yeah. I've got it here like next to my Darth Vader's castle, so which I think is kind of cool. But this is what you're getting along with this taxi cab, which is over here. But so without further ado, let's get into the review. So what you're looking at right now is the box, which is just an insane box. This box is massive. For scale, here's my hand. It's about as big as the Daily Bugle. Well, no, that's not true. But like this is the size of the box. It's literally massive. This set is like, it's just crazy. But so you can see on the box art, you get a really good view of the set. You can see all the characters are being displayed. And you can see basically the entire set, which I just showed you, but from a different angle. Then on the top of the box, you get the minifigures, which we'll be looking at in a second. And then on the back of the box, you get the back of the building, which is awesome. And it shows you how to take it apart and stuff. And it shows you a little bit of the interior, which is just super awesome. This set is amazing. The box is amazing. The box isn't part of the actual rating system or anything, but it is there. So I just thought I would show you guys that. So now into the minifigures category. For the minifigures category on this set, I'm going to be using the actual box art because even though I do have all of these minifigures, there are some characters that I've used parts of in other things, and I don't really know where some of those parts went. Well, that's not true. I just don't want to have to take apart a lot of my custom characters and stuff for this. But so I'll just use the box. So starting off, we've got the Punisher, who I've got right here on the Daily Bugle. He's a great minifigure. It's got dual molded legs, which I'll talk about later, but he's got the Punisher chest and he's got the Doc Ock like receding hairline hairpiece, which I think is fine. It works for this character. He's got some kind of machine gun and another gun. I think it's a pistol. Yeah, that's some kind of a machine gun pistol. Oh, there's a lot of dust on these guys. But then he's got like a bandaged, angry face. I think that might be a unique face. I'm not completely sure. Might have been on another Punisher. I don't collect a lot of Lego Marvel stuff. I think of that as just kind of like, a lot of it's just kind of cringy or overpriced. So it's just like, not for me. Then the next minifigure he's got is Daredevil, who I also have right there. He's got just red legs, got 2 batons. He's got the Daredevil chest, which is awesome. And he's got the horns on his head, which look great, I think. Overall, for those 2 minifigures, they're just great. They're exactly what I want for those 2 minifigures. Especially considering I'm buying this set for Spider-Man characters, and although those 2 guys are like really important in Spider-Man, it doesn't mean that I want like to have them and have them not be like good, right? Or it doesn't mean that I don't want to have them. Like I only have one of most of these minifigures here, except for a couple, but we'll get into those maybe if I feel like talking about it. Then we've got Mysterio, who I've got inside on one of my floors. He has a really nice helmet piece. Actually, I do want to get him out to talk about that because his helmet piece, as you can see, I'm gonna remove that. Hopefully it does not break. But you can see Mysterio has, it's the comic Mysterio, not the movie Mysterio. I prefer the movie Mysterio. when I was getting this set, I would spend a lot of time looking into seeing if I could find a movie Mysterio that I could get for cheap in order to replace this guy. But honestly, I think he's fine. But his helmet piece I love. It's like a fish. Well, it just the color looks great. And it's not the kind of thing you see from Lego most of the time. No face print there, which is kind of a letdown, but not really, because this is kind of why you bought it. But if you guys can see it, it looks like translucent almost. It's crazy. I think it's great looking. And it's like nothing else that I don't think we've ever seen at Lego before, so maybe in some kind of like Frozen set or something. I don't buy a ton of sets that aren't like Star Wars themed or some Marvel themed sets, mostly for this. So I don't really know, but I do get some creative stuff. But that's beside the point. Then we've got Blade next, who I've also got over here. He's got 2 katanas, which he has in a thing that holds them on his back, so it's similar to the old Ninjago stuff. He's got plain black legs and a vest and like a bulletproof vest or something on. He's a great minifigure. The only thing is he's bald, which is not accurate. But I mean, honestly, whatever. It's okay. You're not buying this set for Blade, so it's okay. Whatever. Then you get Doc Ock, who, well, the minifigure there doesn't show it, but he comes with these arms, which honestly I don't like the arms too much. I feel like they don't have enough detail. I feel like the especially the clips just that needs to be moved over, but the clips just kind of like they're lame. If you look at Tommy C. Bricks' channel, he has custom arms on his Doc Ock for his Liberty mock from No Way Home. I don't really watch too much of him, but those arms just look so much better than this, and it's really not that much more like cost for Lego, so I mean, whatever. It's just they could have made it better. But onto the actual Doc Ock minifigure. He's got also the receding hairline piece, the same as the Punisher, but in a different color. He looks a lot like the Doc Ock from the Spider-Man video game for PlayStation, which honestly I kind of like. We'll get into that more in either my series or later. We'll see. But it's just like he looks like that, so it's cool. It's not, you just need to have one that looks like it. It's just like the Doc Ock I really want is like a Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock, but those guys are really expensive, and I don't really like buying customs, so I just can't really be bothered to do that, especially when I already have a Doc Ock that works fine. So I mean, honestly, he's fine. For Venom, it's just a standard Venom. You see him in every set: black legs, the Venom thing on the chest, the Venom head. Honestly, there's not too much that's notable about him. Carnage, same thing. Although Carnage's print is like really, really nice, I think, especially the foot printing. He's one of the few characters in this that actually gets foot printing, but he's just such a great minifigure in this. Although this is another character like Venom that you see in like literally every Spider-Man set ever. So yeah, that's that. Moving down to the second row, I've got Peter Parker. This is a character I don't have on my Daily Bugle completely right now. I've got him actually on the second floor with a Spider-Man head on. I don't know if you can see him in there, because I'm using his head for something else that we'll get into later. Peter Parker is fine. He's just got like a vest and a face and hair. He just looks like a civilian, honestly, which is something I'll talk about in a minute as well. But there are a lot of civilians in this set. Then we've got Aunt May, who has a nice sweater vest and some kind of button-down shirt underneath it, it looks like. And she has the bun hair piece, which is nice. Just like jeans. I mean, the most of the minifigures in this set, well, not most of them, but a lot of them are just very simple, which is kind of nice, but also like, I mean, I'm paying $300 for it, but considering like in this scenario, it's kind of quantity over quality, but whatever, it works. Then we've got Miles Morales with dual molded legs. I think this is the same Miles Morales we saw in another set for cheaper, which is probably why he has the dual molded legs. But I mean, it's a good minifigure. He's got the vest. He looks like an Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales, I think, which is great. He's got the Miles Morales print underneath his shirt. He's got his head, which is just a standard Miles Morales head. He's got a hood, and he's got a hoodie on, which I think is cool. Then we've got Ghost Spider, or Spider-Gwen, who looks like Spider-Gwen. It's great. It's a great minifigure. There's not too much that could be upgraded about it. Although I do wish maybe there was some like foot printing or something, because we know she wears ballet shoes or something. It's something like that. I am a big Marvel fan, but I don't care too much for the Legos, so I don't know if we've ever seen one of her before. But I think we have, so I mean, it's not exclusive, but it's a good minifigure. I've got those two on the side here. Usually I have them with other characters, but we'll get to that when we get to the later section. Then we've got Firestar. Holy cow, it's been 7 minutes already. We've got Firestar, a character that literally almost no one cares about. This character was in like some X-Men comics and like probably crossed over with Spider-Man once. I know like very little about this character, other than the one X-Men comic I read with this character. But yeah, I'm gonna do a quick cut and then we'll be right back. All right, I'm now back in with Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham has a pretty good Spider-Man print on his torso, and then he's basically just got short blue legs, short blue arms, and red hands, and then a really nice molded helmet. I do think that he was in another set along with the pork rind minifigure, which is pretty cool. I don't care too much for his whole universe thing, but it's unlikely we'll ever see these characters again, unless they're in Across the Spider-Verse, which I think he will be. I'm not can't remember, but I think it was in some kind of teaser. But I mean, he's a good minifigure. It's a nice one to have. I just like don't have much use for it. And then we have Black Cat. So this is what I was talking about with Punisher's legs. I don't think that he would have had the dual molded legs if they couldn't have also used it for Black Cat. So I think that that's kind of a good thing that they had both of them. Black Cat is also a character that we don't see too often. And considering she's in the Spider-Man game, which I really enjoy, I'm really glad to see her in this because otherwise I probably wouldn't have gotten a minifigure of her. I wouldn't have really cared enough to. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Her minifigure is good. She's got like a leather vest. It's cool. Then on to the third and final row, we've got Betty Brant, who looks like Betty Brant from Spider-Man 1, which is kind of cool. She's got the Nia hairpiece, and I think that might be even a Nia. No, well, it's not yellow, I guess. She's got a pretty standard face, a Nia hairpiece, and a neat like, I'm not sure what to call that, some kind of pink overlay, and then just white pants, which is fine. She's a cool figure. Then we got JJJ, or J. Jonah Jameson, who is definitely a character that I want. Although my only complaint with him, well, he's basically just in a business suit with no arms because he's cool and he's got a good face. He comes with a pen. My only complaint with his hairpiece is that it doesn't have the white lines on the sides like Doctor Strange that are pretty iconic about him. I also wish that he came with, I can't remember. Oh, that's right. There was another custom I wanted to do, but I couldn't get my hands on another JJJ to do it, unfortunately. So, but maybe in the future. Then we've got Ben Urich. I don't know who this guy is, Urich. I think he might have been Peter's teacher. I'm not sure, but he's a fine minifigure. He just looks like some kind of college professor. Then we've got Robbie Robertson, who I have no idea who this guy is. Actually, that's not true. I think I do have an idea of who he is, but not enough of one to really talk about. He's wearing like a ugly sweater. He's a nice minifigure. Then we've got Ron Barney. You can see where you open the box here. You've got Ron Barney, another random minifigure. He's also wearing a sweater. I don't know if he's like supposed to be his son or something, because they both kind of got this similar shirt going on. But they don't have the same last name, so I don't know. Then you've got Bernie the cab driver, who actually serves a purpose, unlike all these other minifigures. He just looks like kind of a New York cab driver. And then Amber Grant, who looks like a postal service person. And then the Green Goblin, who is a great minifigure. Probably one of the better Green Goblins we've seen. Although it would have been really nice to get like a Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin, although this is supposed to be a comic book set, so it's not supposed to be like Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin. Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin is a minifigure that I've really been hoping to be able to get. I've been holding back from getting it for this set because I was hoping LEGO would release a No Way Home set with him in it, which could still happen. I'm not sure how that's going, but I'm hoping. Cross my fingers. And then last, but definitely last, what am I saying? Then we got Sandman, who is, his torso is fine. He has the angry clone head on him. It's not like it really matters too much. He's got a standard hairpiece. He's just like a pretty boring minifigure. Except for this thing. This thing is so sick. I love that piece so much. On the set, he's meant to go on this tower of sand here. But this piece, it's such a nice piece. It's not something I don't think ever that LEGO has done, which is pretty nice to see. And it's like a great leg replacement considering he doesn't need legs really. So, that's basically that. What just happened? That was kind of weird. And then last but definitely not least, I can say that now because we're actually on the last one. We have Spider-Man himself, who is a pretty good Spider-Man. I've used him for a custom, so I won't be able to show him either. But I didn't show most of these characters anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's a pretty good Spider-Man. He looks kind of like the TASM Spider-Man. He's got dual molded legs. He's got really nice arm printing. A nice head and a nice chest and stuff. It's great minifigures. So overall for minifigures, honestly, I would probably give this a 1 out of 2 because there are so many filler minifigures. Like, this is supposed to be like a superhero set. You can't give us more superheroes. Like, we only need a couple civilians that need to be saved. It's just like, yeah. But whatever. I mean, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 2 because quantity over quality for this specific scenario, not usually. And the good characters that we get are very good quality. And like, considering I didn't have most of these characters, but almost none of these characters. Spider-Man's the only character from this I had before. Um, it's like, whatever. I think that this is a great set. Um, and so for minifigures, 2 out of 2. Now onto the set itself, and I just want to say right now quickly, I have decided I'm not going to be including my custom stuff in this video. You just got that overview, and then I will probably have another video tomorrow about like building the Daily Bugle and stuff and how I made my custom stuff. Let me know if you want to see that. Honestly, I really want to do that, but I don't know if anyone would want to watch it, especially when there are other people out there who have done similar things but with more resources and time and stuff. So let me know if you'd want to see that. Go back and check the start of my video and look at what I've got on there that's custom. There's more stuff that you couldn't see because it was on the back as well. But let me know about that. So I just wasted 40 seconds. So for design overall, this is a phenomenal building. So I think I might take it apart in sections and go over it like that. But first I'll just do a quick overview. You can see the top with the Daily Bugle sign, and then it's got the windows and the very New York, I forget what those are called, but I've seen them around. You've got the window being destroyed there with Green Goblin, which you can repair, which is nice. Although Lego doesn't tell you how to do that. Then you've got another window, you've got billboards, you've got the entrance, which has a sliding door, which is pretty cool. And you know how much I love doors, so we'll see if the door maker breaks this set. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut and take apart the Daily Bugle and go over it section by section. So starting off with the official top of the top section, you've got Firestar here, who's meant to be on this fire shooting thing, but you can take her off pretty easily. You just do that. Now this weird firework going up into the sky or something, which is pretty cool. I mean, I guess. It's neat to have this here, especially because Firestar's a character, like, literally I've never seen anyone care about or asked to be made into Lego, so whatever. It's nice to have it, I guess. But that's the kind of thing where it's like, I don't just want a bunch of random superheroes, I want related superheroes. Then you've got a little like antenna thing with a bunch of satellite dishes or radar dishes, whatever they're called, you know what I mean, on here to catch like sound waves or stuff. And then down here we've got a Daily Bugle sign, this is all at the top of the building, so that's pretty awesome to see. It's got a nice little actual bugle right here, which I think is definitely one of my favorite additions to the set. I'm really glad to see that it's here. I think that it's really like cute. I think it's like legitimately, I think it's like a cute thing that's there. It's really neat to see. It's a good logo. And so then you can actually take this thing off. It's on 2 of those pieces, and it's attached by a couple of those things. Then you've got a water tower, and I've got my black cat up here. It comes with a whip, and a jewel of some kind. But you've got a water tower here with a Miles Morales sticker, a Green Goblin sticker. These are all stickers. This set had a lot of stickers, by the way. And then there's nothing on the back, so it's pretty much just a couple stickers on there. If I can reattach it, there we go. Just a couple stickers on there. It's a nice water thing. I forgot what they're called. Then I've got Doc Ock here with Aunt May, who he's holding hostage, like in Spider-Man 1. Oh, the cookies are new. I'll take him off quickly so you guys can see. Oh, we've got the weird spider trike or bike, whatever, over here. Usually I have this taken off, so I'll go ahead and take it off now. I don't really want it. I never put any stickers on it because I figured that's the kind of thing I might want to sell and have the stickers still on the sheet because that'll increase the price at least a little bit. But in any case, I've taken this off now. You can see it's got 2 desk spaces, which have people to sit in them, but I don't keep the people up here. Oh, excuse me. Normally what I have a couple customs that I keep up here. Or not, well, all of my customs are purist for this, by the way. Every single one of them is purist. You can make them yourselves without having to buy any custom characters from any other sources than Lego. I mean like Bricklink. But you can see there's a nice news channel. All of the floors are tiled off and carpeted, which is nice. It's got a clear door here, which is good. There's an elevator, and there's an elevator on every single one of the floors, which is really nice because then you can actually, like, even though you can't actually do anything with them, right? But it's like you can see in there's an elevator in the back, yeah. And it's just like, it's a continuity, you know, it's cool. We've got a few trophies back here. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be JJJ's desk, and this is supposed to be Betty Brant's desk. I don't use it for that, but it is. They've got a nice computer there with a laptop, wireless keyboard. It's got a geode there, which I thought was kind of interesting, kind of random, but it's cool. The desks I really love. I think they're great. And I've got a random guy here. What's his name? Robbie Robertson. He's just up here because he's a civilian. He serves a purpose, which I'll get into in the customs, which will be in another video, I'm sure. But I mean, that's pretty much it for the top layer. You've got some escape ladders, which are continuing down every floor. I've got Miles Morales up here, but you don't have to put him up here. Back here, oh, I forgot about that Easter egg. We've got a bird here who's supposed to have a nest, but I lost his nest, literally. Like, on the day I finished building the set, I took the bird off because I wanted to look at the Craven the Hunter neck piece, which is used for the nest, and I lost the Craven the Hunter neck piece, which I'm a little bit sad about. Then back here, you've got, like, an old poster or something for Just the Facts, which is a reference to JJJ's podcast, which is also seen in the Spider-Man video game, which is pretty cool. And then I've got Gwen Stacy here from her iconic scene in TASM 2, which she was great in. She was a great character in TASM 2, who had a lot of stuff that connected to the plot, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the top layer. So I'm going to go ahead and cut again so I can get down the second highest layer and give you guys a review on that. This is just one last thing, but I wanted to show you that you can easily attach and detach the roofs, or the roof here, and the tops of the other buildings or the tops of the other sections from each other pretty easily. They've just got a few studs up, and most of it's tiled off, which is nice. Now on to the second layer. So this one, or well, I guess the third layer, right? But this one does not have a roof, so obviously there's less going on at the top. You can see I've got some stuff going on in there, but we've got on the outside, really the main thing is you've got the normal windows, which we saw on the last floor, and on this floor, and on the last floor. But this one has two of the windows are being broken by Green Goblin, which you can take off of his speeder pretty easily. I'm not going to, but I just want to lift him up. So you can see they're suspended by ball joints, and they're made to look like they're parts of the wall, which I think is like actually really, really cool. There are tutorials on YouTube here on how to fix the window if you don't want to have it being broken. But you don't really need to. So I think it's cooler with the Green Goblin coming out of it. But that's about that for that. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, that's about that for the outside. It's got these again, but that one has like a light on it. So I'm going to go ahead, oh, and on here, it's got easy that, and it attaches down on the end of there, or the outside wall does, I should say. Specify, let me put that down. Then we've got in here, I've got the characters, but these don't have to be here. You've got a web here that's supposed to go up and be like not quite touching the roof of the ceiling. I've got JJJ here with a Spider-Man helmet, or not Spider-Man helmet, Spider-Man head, because I'm using a different head on my Spider-Man. Probably guess where those customs, or what those customs are. But JJJ's got a pen and he's got a telephone, which I think is pretty cool. I like how he has a green screen behind him, which is really nice, because so it's like you have a camera there or something. It's cool. In this room, they've got a printer, an elevator again, because the consistency, you've got a camera. There's a spider on the wall. I've got Mysterio in here, but he doesn't have to be in here. There's a stack of newspapers, and there's some boxes blocking the door, which is, I mean, it's all fine. The only thing is that these boxes, I have noticed, I made a stop motion in this at some point, which I will not be uploading because it was absolutely terrible, but these boxes fall apart really easily. So there's that. There's windows again. And then so on the outside, on the back, you've just got a light here and a door, which leads out to the inside, but also nowhere. I don't know why there's a door here. It seems kind of weird considering this is the second floor. Oh, that's right. So I'm actually going to add this in because this is technically part of the second floor. On that door leads out to this little balcony area, which is normally where Gwen is, just hanging. But there's a little balcony area there, which is kind of nice. Although this is supposed to be like an alley behind it, you know, if you look back there. So it's just kind of random that that's there, but like whatever. It's a cool New York building, so we'll let it slide. I mean, that's basically it for this floor. There's not too much going on. It's really just like the whole thing together is cool, honestly. Well, every section is cool. I'm not going to say that. Every section is cool. It's just like when they're all together, there's so much going on. When you take it apart one by one, there's not always a ton going on. This is probably the lamest floor as well, just an FYI. So I'm going to go ahead and cut again to get the next floor down, and then I'll be right back. Floor is probably the most interesting. I've got Gwen there, but you've got billboards on this, well, here on the second floor, which are normally right above those characters, which is nice. You can see JJJ here. You've got Scarlet Spider, which doesn't come in the set, and two scientists, one Kurt Connors, who we also don't see in the set, but I do have a custom of not Kurt Connors, but his alter ego. We've got breaking news about how the villains are deciding to not be bad anymore. Of course, evidence says otherwise, but whatever. And then you've got an Osborn for Mayor thing here, which is a nice nod to the comics and the Spider-Man game. So the outside again for this one, like obviously there's not too much going on. You can see it's got the balcony for the next floor up. Whoa, let's not let that happen. On the back of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the. Oh, what just happened? Oh, that fell off. Yeah, this comes off pretty easily as well when you're messing with it. So just be careful of that. But on the inside here, we've got, and it's got the ladders. Plus, it has an escape ladder, which is attached to this floor, but really it's part of this floor. That goes all the way down to the ground if you want it. It's supposed to be attached, but I can't attach it while it's on the table, so I've just taken that off. Slash it fell off. And then here I've got Venom and Carnage doing paperwork, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And then Peter Parker, this is why I can't show him, because he has a Spider-Man head, or I didn't show him in the minifigures category because he has a Spider-Man head and not a Peter head. But right now we're on the design, not really the minifigures aspect. It's such a pain to get these guys in here, so I don't want to do it. But you can see Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage all working overtime for the Bugle, which I find hilarious. You can see in this room, you've got, so there are 3 desks. There's one at the back, which you can see if you go up on top. There's 2 chairs at that one. There's a water cooler. There's an elevator again. Back here, you can see some news articles, and then over here, no, just windows. Over on this thing in the center, you can see, which I love this edition, by the way, this thing in the center. You can see multiple news TVs, which is awesome. I think that this is just like so cool. Then you got a news article that says who is the Spider-Man, or who has Spider-Man, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to. I'm pretty sure most of these newspapers are references to the movies, which is pretty cool. I've got Carnage here with a coffee, working at his computer. Venom here with a newspaper that he's just printed. There's a stack of newspapers there. Spider-Man's at the coffee machine. It's just such an awesome room. There's some drawers and stuff. So to get Venom and Carnage in here, I had to take some of their, what's the best way to say this? Extensions, I think. I had to take them off. I put Venom's in a drawer. I put Carnage's behind him because why not? There's a bucket there for some reason. But I mean, like, this floor it's probably the most interesting, but even then it still doesn't have too much. Because really the exterior is what it's all about. The back, there's literally nothing. It's just the same. It's just no window there, but otherwise it's the same as all the others. But this is probably the most interesting floor just because of purely what it has. Although I guess it could be the lowest level because it has like the outside stuff. But I mean, that's basically it for this floor. So again, I'm going to cut and get the next floor, although it's already down. Now onto the first, and for my purposes here, final floor. So first off, we'll start with the front outside. So you've got Sandman here, who I showed before. He attaches by like one stud there, which actually is kind of surprising. See, the base is a circle, so he kind of just has a bunch of places to stick in. There's a fire hydrant. There's some potted plants. You can see the Daily Bugle. If I take blade out of it, well, it doesn't really show anything, but there's a light up there. But it's basically just like telling you what the building is, which is kind of cool. All of these stuff that aren't like standard Lego pieces are stickers, by the way, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, it's like whatever, because obviously Lego isn't just going to print this entire set, right? Then over here you've got a newsstand, which I usually have my extra Spider-Man in from, well, we'll talk about that probably in another video. There's an empty stud here. I might have something to do. I think it might be a bin, but I don't know. Usually I put one of my custom characters there. There's mail out here, which I think this newsstand is just like straight up selling the news that's coming from in here. There's a Kingpin reference. You can see Fisk in there. Unfortunately, the set does not come with the Kingpin. I've seen some good mocks of him, but I don't have one, so fortunately, no. In here we've got the sliding door as well, which is nice, and then the windows. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the outside before I go inside on this one, just because it's easier for me. This is all on a base plate, by the way, so it all fits on a single base plate. I want to be careful and not lift this up too much, but you guys can see the base plate underneath, which is nice. What just fell? I heard something fall. It was a die. You've got some boxes here. You've got a barrel there. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe an AC unit. And then back here you've got some rubbish bins, which look like, I think I love the design of these. They're pretty awesome. Normally I've got some stuff going on back here, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. You've got some stickers here for, like, Eddie was here for Eddie Brock. You got a Green Goblin sticker, same design as we saw up on the water tower, but in a different color. This is an exit that says do not block. You've got another ventilation unit or AC unit or something, a spider web back there, and another lamp, and more lamps. So you can see in this door leads straight into that room, which is nice. Over here you've also got some boxes and stuff. and another, I don't know what this is, some sort of, oh, it's an electrical box. So now one thing about this set that is really great, so if you look on the sides of these, they each have plug holes. Oh, there's a, oh my gosh, sewer, I forget what it's called, but you know what it is. It's one of those that you see on the road. Over here and over here, so those 4 places have those holes, which allow you to connect this to your Lego city, which is awesome. This is a modular set which connects with the Lego city. That is literally the best thing that you could have asked for, honestly, for this entire set. Because like the Vader's castle doesn't connect to anything, although I will probably find a way to connect it to this at some point when I get like my Palace Cinema and stuff back out. But those are all in storage right now, so I can't really show them. But it's just crazy. I love that. I love that feature. But so moving on to the interior, the front does not come off for this layer, unfortunately, but it makes sense why it wouldn't. I've got Betty Brant down there at her circular desk, which is pretty nice. You can see there's a gate there, or if you can't see, there's, well, that's not a gate, but it's handcuffs. You can see the elevator again. There was an elevator on the last floor. I don't think I said anything about it. There's the gate, yeah. She's got an award there or something. And then I've got just the random civilians in here. We've got the newspapers that say no crime. A water vending machine or soda vending machine or something. I don't know exactly what. And the door that leads out. And so then you've got a TV reading one of the news things about, I think, Morbius. The best movie ever, but not really. You can see like pretty much everything in here. It's not too interesting. That's why I think the floor above it was more interesting. But it is a pretty interesting floor, and it's pretty neat to look at. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. So, I mean, that's basically the entire building. There's still a little bit more that I want to go over with the vehicles, but that's pretty much the entire building. Please focus. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back together and then show you guys the vehicles. And now that I've put this whole thing back together, you can really get a sense of what a behemoth this set is. It's just massive. But that's beside the point. On to the vehicles. So we've got the Spider Bike, which I sort of touched on earlier. It's just like a really low effort bike, like not even a motorcycle. It's like an AT all-terrain vehicle, whatever. It's just like stupid. It's supposed to have stickers, but I don't care enough about it. This thing is just sitting like on the side most of the time. I don't put it where it's supposed to go up there. It just looks stupid. I don't like it that much. But the taxi, however, is a great addition. So the taxi's got lights, it's got markings, it's got a taxi sign. You got the taxi driver in there, which is cool. You got some side mirrors and stuff. It's just like the taxi looked great. It's a great thing to have with the set. I think maybe you're supposed to put it like there. I don't know, honestly. I just usually keep it next to it as well, but that's because this one's kind of big. Can't really get it up there. But, I mean, so that's basically it for the vehicle. So overall for design, and this has been a really long category, but overall for design, I would have to give the set a 2 out of 2. It is just so good. It's just phenomenal. I don't even know how to put it into words how good this set is. But yeah, that's going to be it for design. That was probably the longest category. Playability might be close, but I highly doubt it. It's going to be a lot less long, actually, now I'm thinking about it. So for playability, obviously you've got all the minifigures. You've got like that thing up there you can play around with. You've got this, the breaking through. You've got the character in front of the green screen, JJJ. You've got the plants. You've got that. I mean, basically the playability for this set comes from the characters. Oh, over here, on the side of here, you can see, there's a rat I didn't show before, but you can, yeah, the wall crumbles, because why wouldn't it? That's a little bit of playability. You can have, but like really the main thing for playability in this set is just having the characters, because like with these characters you can do so much more than you could with just playability in this set. Like, I mean, I'm right, I know. You can like pretend you're playing with the elevator, I guess, which is kind of fun. You can have them run up the ladder. You can have them selling stuff from the newsstand, I guess. The cars are probably the biggest thing there, but there's just not too much playability in this set, honestly, which is fine. I think that for playability, I will still give this set a 2 out of 2 because the minifigures are the main thing for the playability. It's not meant to be a set that you play with. This is, I think, an 18+ set. Yeah, this is an 18+ set. So obviously it's not going to be a set that focuses a lot on playability, which is fine because it doesn't need to. So for playability, I'm still going to give it a 2 out of 2, even though there's almost none, because the minifigures themselves allow you to do so much with it. So this is way shorter than the design category. So, I mean, I think it's probably going to be almost done. So just hold out to the end, all right? On to the next category after an awkward cut. we have the value category. And so this set for the value, you're getting literally in one set. Either this is a $300 set and comes with 3,772 pieces, price per piece is not everything, but that is insane price per piece considering what we normally get from Lego. But this set comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 minifigures. 24 minifigures in one set. Is that a record? No, that can't be a record. I don't know what the record is for most minifigures in a set, but that's an insane amount of minifigures. Considering that like probably more than half of those are like named characters, and probably half of those, probably like a quarter of the characters, so half of the characters that are named are characters that we hardly ever see or have never seen. So, you know, just saying. But it's just the value is just this like for what you're getting. It's an insane price. If this were a Star Wars set, everyone knows that, well, not everyone, but Star Wars is, in my opinion, and I think, like, in my opinion, it's not really an opinion. I'm, like, looking at facts when I do this, but, like, Star Wars is probably the most popular and most, like, cared about category by Lego. Most popular by the fans and most cared about by Lego. Just because it's, like, it's the best one. Like, it just has the best sets, it has the best designs, it has the best characters and stuff. It's just like the best theme. So if this were a Star Wars set, this would be like a $500 set, because Star Wars can do that. For Marvel, the sets are just not phenomenal. The minifigures usually don't even have leg printing, which is kind of sad, but whatever. Most of the characters in this set don't have leg printing. Some of them are dual molded though, so I'll let it slide. But like for value, it's just like insane what you're getting for the price. Like, for reference, this is a $300 set, and then this is a $300 set. Both are amazing sets. One is worth the $300. One is worth more than $300. One is worth slightly less than $300, but was fine for $300. One is worth more than $300, and the other is worth more than $300, and is also going for $300. Which one do you want to get? Although the same color is obviously not available anymore, but it's just like the value is insane on this set. And I'm going to go ahead and just not even cut, but I'm going to go straight into my opinion. This set is a 2 out of 2 for my opinion. So 2 out of 2 for value, 2 out of 2 for my opinion. This set is a 10 out of 10 set. It is just so good in every way. You can see all the care and love that these people at Lego all the designers put into like this set. It's just, it shows. It's awesome. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know if you want to see that video, that video series, probably 2 or 3 episodes, about me making my custom Daily Bugle with like the extra characters and stuff. I'll go ahead and put those guys back on and show it again at the end if you guys want to see. Actually, I'll do that now, so just hold on. Here we go. One last look at my complete Daily Bugle with all my extra added stuff. And that's going to do it for today's video. So I sort of can't, well, no, not sort of. I have 2 options for what I'd like to do with this. The first being I do a 2-part or 3-part series on how I got all this stuff to make the custom. Or I do a 2-part series where I do one on all of the custom characters and stuff that I added, not about how I got them, just that I added and like what they're made of, so you can see where they're from. So basically like a similar thing, more simplified than the full 3-part series. And then a second part where I go over all the Easter eggs and what each character means and stuff. So let me know which of those 2 options you'd like to see. Well, those last 2 were together. I think I said or, I can't remember. But those last 2 were together. Oh, no, I just said that. That's going to do it for today's video. With that awkward ending, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for watching. Bye.